In the busy city of Umeze, there lived a young, beautiful, and chubby woman named Sochima. Everyone knew her because she was the hairdresser in the city. People loved to talk about her special skill in hairdressing. But there was one thing about Sochima that made her different. She had only 7 fingers instead of 10. Sochima's shop was very large, full of bright colors and happy people. It was in the heart of town, close to the State University, where many young students like to come to have their hair done. Sochima sold everything a person might need to make their hair look beautiful. There were hair attachments, hair cream, and other materials to bring out the beauty of every woman. Sochima's shop was always busy. Classy university girls would come in group, laughing and chatting, eager to get their hair done. Despite having fewer fingers than most people, Sochima was like a fast magician. She could braid hair quickly and beautifully. It didn't matter how long or short the hair was. Sochima could make it look beautiful within a short time. She had a special way of walking that made people feel special. Her fingers danced like they had mind of their own, moving sweetly through the hair, creating beautiful patterns and styles. Everyone who left Sochima's shop felt happy and proud of their new hairdo. There was one strange rule in Sochima's salon that made her customers wonder. No one was allowed to bring a mirror or anything with a reflection in the salon. There were no mirror on the walls, not even a small mirror. If a customer brought a mirror, Sochima's assistant would kindly ask them to leave it outside. "Why can't we bring a mirror?" one girl asked curiously. "It's just our rule," Sochima would say with a charming smile. "If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else, but I promise you, when I'm done with your hair, you will love it." People trusted her words and they agreed to the rule and let her do the magic. One sunny day, a beautiful young lady named Ihechi was walking with her 2 friends, looking for a place to get their hair done. As they walked down the street, they saw Sochima's salon. It was the brightest and most sparkling shop they had ever seen. They decided to go in and see what it would cost to have their hair braided. As they walked in, they saw how large and colorful the salon was. Sochima welcomed them warmly and explained the cost of getting their hair done. She also told them about the salon's rule: no mirrors allowed. Ihechi's friends agreed and allowed their assistants to search their bags for any mirror or reflective objects. When it was Ihechi's turn to be searched, she refused. "Why do you need to search my bag? I don't have anything to hide," she said, frowning her face. Sochima felt bad about Ihechi's action. "It's just our rule, my dear. If you don't want to follow it, you can leave." Ihechi did not like being told what to do, so she left the salon immediately. But her friends stayed and had their hair done. Sochima worked her magic on their hair, and they looked amazingly beautiful. Ihechi's friends were happy with their new hairstyles. "I can't wait to look in the mirror and see how I look," one of them said. Sochima smiled and said, "You will love it. Go home and see for yourself." Ihechi's friends thanked Sochima and left the salon, eager to see their reflections. Ihechi decided to find out the reason behind Sochima's strange rule. She traveled to the village to see her mother, hoping she could help her solve the mystery behind Sochima's business. When she arrived, she found her old mother sitting in front of their large hut weaving a basket. "Mother," Ihechi began, "I went to a salon in the city to have my hair done, but they had a strange rule. They don't allow mirrors inside." "Why would they have such rule?" Her mother listened carefully and then said, "Maybe the salon has a secret. We can talk to the wise man who lives by the village river. He knows a lot of things about spiritual things. He might help us find the solution." The next day, Ihechi and her mother went to the river to meet the wise man. When they found him, they explained the situation. After thinking for a moment, the wise man said, "This is indeed a strange rule. But to find out the secret behind the salon, you must do something for me." The wise man shook his head and said, Ihechi, if you want to know the secret behind Sochima's salon, you must follow my instructions carefully. Go back to the city and allow Sochima to search you. Buy one of the products she sells, but do not get your hair braided there. And most importantly, do not go there with a mirror. Ihechi agreed to the wise man's request. She traveled back to the city ready to complete her task and discover the secret behind Sochima's salon. When she returned to the city, the first place she visited was Sochima's salon. She walked in and Sochima recognized her immediately. "I'm sorry for the way I acted last time," Ihechi said. "I would like to buy a weave-on and some hair cream." Sochima was happy that Ihechi had apologized and she forgave her. They chatted for a while and then exchanged mobile, and then Sochima's assistant searched Ihechi's bag. After they found nothing, Sochima showed Ihechi the different weave-ons and creams she had for sale. Ihechi chose a beautiful hair and a jar of cream. She paid for them and thanked Sochima. Then she left the salon and headed back to the village. Her heart was full of questions and she was too inquisitive to find out the truth. Ihechi went straight to the wise man's hut by the river. She went alone this time. Her mother had stayed behind to tend to weave her basket. When she arrived, the wise man was sitting outside waiting for her. "Welcome, Ihechi," he said. "Did you bring the products?" "Yes, I did," Ihechi replied, handing them over to him. The wise man took the products and placed them in front of a large spiritual mirror. He started to chant and wave his hands over the mirror. Suddenly, the mirror began to glow and a picture appeared on its surface. Ihechi was marveled at what she saw. The image of Sochima's salon appeared in the mirror. It showed Sochima braiding a customer's hair, but there was something strange about it. There were extra hands braiding the hair alongside with Sochima, and a tall dark figure was standing beside them watching. "What is this?" Ihechi asked, with her voice shaking with fear. The wise man turned to her and said, "Sochima is using spiritual help to braid hair. The extra hands you see belong to the spirits, and the dark figure is a witch overseeing the process. This is why she does not allow mirrors in her salon. She doesn't want anyone to see the spirits." Ihechi was shocked and couldn't believe what the wise man was saying. She knew she had to be careful, but she also wanted to expose Sochima's secrets. Ihechi asked the man how she could expose Sochima. "I want everyone to know the truth behind her salon," she said. The wise man said to her, "It will not be an easy task, but there is a way we are going to do it. You must break the rule of the salon. Here is a mirror and this special hair cream. Before you go to the salon, rub the cream on your hair. When Sochima starts braiding your hair, bring out the mirror and hold it in your hands. This will break the spell and the spirits will leave her." Ihechi took the mirror and the cream. She thanked the wise man and left, ready to carry out the assignment. Ihechi returned to the city and went straight to Sochima's salon. This time she was serious about breaking the rule and to reveal the truth. When she arrived, Sochima welcomed her with a smile. "I'm glad you are back," Sochima said, her eyes shining with love. "Would you like to have your hair braided today?" Ihechi said yes, trying to keep her voice calm. "I would love to try one of your beautiful hairstyles." Sochima smiled and led Ihechi to a chair as usual. The assistants searched Ihechi's bag, but they did not find a small mirror because of the special cream the wise man had given to her. Feeling confident, Ihechi sat down, ready to see what would happen. As Sochima began to braid Ihechi's hair, her fingers moved sweetly, creating patterns. Ihechi waited patiently, and when she felt the time was right, she reached into her bag and pulled out the small mirror. Holding the mirror in her hand, Ihechi said, "Sochima, look at this." The moment Sochima saw the mirror, her eyes widened in hurry. "No!" she cried out, dropping the hair she was braiding. "You must not do that," she said to Ihechi. Suddenly, the salon was filled with a strong wind and a cold chill swept over the room. The spirit that had been helping Sochima appeared, their faces twisted with anger. They began to torment Sochima, pulling at her hair and clothes, whispering curses into her ears. Sochima, you have broken the rule. You have betrayed us. Sochima fell to her knees, crying out in pain and fear. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break the rule. Ihechi watched in shock as the spirit continued to torment Sochima. She knew she had to do something, but she wasn't sure of what to do. In the midst of her torment, Sochima began to confess. I didn't want to use the spirits, she cried out. But my business was falling and I was desperate. I went to a witch who promised to help me if I sacrificed my 3 fingers. I agreed to the spirits and they began to help me braid hair quickly and beautifully. The customers in the salon were shocked by Sochima's confession. They had no idea that she had been using spirits to help herself. Some of them began to leave, whispering to each other in fear. As the spirits continued to torment Sochima, the salon began to shake. Suddenly, a fire broke out. It spread quickly through the room. The spirits were angry that Sochima had broken the rule, and they were determined to destroy everything in the salon. Ihechi and other customers ran out of the salon, watching in horror as the flames consumed the building. Sochima was still inside, crying out for help. Just then, an old woman who was a woman of God came by. She saw the fire and the people gathering outside. She asked what was happening. Ihechi quickly explained everything to her, from the strange rule to the spirits and the fire. The old woman said, we must help Sochima. She made a mistake, but she deserved a change to make things right. The old woman walked into the burning saloon with her eyes closed in prayers. She reached Sochima and placed her hands on her head, praying for her deliverance from the spirits. As the old woman prayed, the spirits began to leave Sochima. The fire in the saloon died down and the wind stopped blowing. Sochima felt a sense of peace over her body, and she knew that she was free from the spirits. Thank you, Sochima said, her voice filled with gratitude. I will never use spirits again. I promise to make things right this time. Ihechi and other customers watched as Sochima and the old woman walked out of the salon hand in hand. They could see that Sochima had changed, and they were glad that she was free from the spirits. Sochima decided to start over again. She no longer wanted to use the spirits to help her braid hair. Instead, she wanted to rely on her own skills and hard work. With the help of Ihechi and the old woman, she rebuilt her salon, making it even more beautiful than before. This time, Sochima allowed mirrors in her shop. She wanted her customers to see the beauty of their hair and the hard work she put in each style. She also hired new assistants to help her because she had just 7 fingers and wasn't able to braid quickly unlike before. She made sure that the assistants hired were honest and kind. To celebrate the reopening of Sochima's salon, she held a big celebration. There was music, dancing, and a lot of food to eat. Everyone was happy to see Sochima back in business. They were excited to see the new salon. Sochima's mother came to the celebration, proud of her daughter for changing her ways. I'm so glad you decided to do the right thing, she said, hugging Sochima tightly. I knew you had it in you to be a good person. Ihechi was also there, smiling as she watched Sochima greet her customers. Sochima's salon became even more popular than before. People came from all over the city to have their hair done by her, while others choose not to go there because of the past experience and the story they heard about Sochima's past life. They loved her new styles and the way she made them feel special. Sochima was happy too. She had learned an unforgettable lesson about hard work. She knew that she didn't need the spirits to help her succeed again. She had her own talent and the support of her friends and families with prayers. At the end, her salon became a place of beauty and joy, where everyone was welcome and treated with love.